Let's take a look at the CLU2 network map. So we're going to go to the network tab at the top, and this gives us a much more graphical way of seeing our fixtures. Now, at the moment, I've got CLU2 set so that it's going to list all of my devices left to right. But if we go to Settings and then scroll down to Network Graph, I can instead set my tree direction to left to right, if you prefer. And if we go to the network map, that means we now have our list, and any RDM devices are now going to work left to right from this list. So if you just have your network gateways, as I have here, you're just going to have one big long stack of those devices. But then if you start to have RDM fixtures connected to the ports of those devices, you will see them coming off as a tree structure. Personally, I quite like to have it as a top-down view. That way I've got the width of my screen for the width of the devices, but it is customizable. You can decide to configure that how you wish. Now, if you'd like to, it is actually also possible, if we go back to settings and scroll down, we can show ourselves. We can actually show CLU2 as a controller. And now in the network map, we see how everything will go back to CLU. That's us. That's us as the kind of main device looking at all of the devices on the network. But if you wish, you can hide that. It is hidden by default. So you can just start to customize it depending on what your preference is. So as I said, the main benefit, one of the real key benefits of the network map is you will get your port indication. So I can see here the 12 ports, these little blobs, the 12 ports of my NETRON EN12i in this case. And I can indeed see that, yep, I've got an RDM device connected to port 1 and port 12, and I can see them coming off of those ports here. And if I had more than one RDM device connected to those ports, I would, of course, see a daisy chain coming through. Now, a real key note to make, RDM does not allow CLU to know which order the devices are plugged in. That information, CLU just doesn't know it. It will know what devices are connected to each port, but it won't know the order they're connected. But don't worry, if you do have multiple devices on a port and you do want them in the true order that they are connected, you can actually edit the order in here. A little edit order icon will appear here, and you can say edit and then shuffle those devices up or down in the order. On my NS8, I can't see any dots along the bottom. That's because the NS8 is a network switch and it is not an ArtNet device. So if it is not an ArtNet device, then you won't see the DMX ports on the device. Similarly though, I can see here on my EP4, that's just got the 4 ports there on the device. And I can see the device name, the device model, the manufacturer, and the current IP address. And at any point, I can click on a device and see some basic information in the sidebar. And if I wish to, I can launch the browser from here or go to full device info. And that's what we're going to take a look at in a future video so that we can understand how we can start to configure our NETRON devices. Before we do that, worth mentioning though, even when you're in the network map, you can still do a device search and filter. So you can then start to filter the network map, just like you can in the devices spreadsheet style window. And I can also do a quick fit to screen to zoom out or zoom in to show me all of my devices. And I can even lock the pan if I want to as well. So that I can just zoom on the devices and I won't lose where I am with the pan. But I can go and unlock that, and then I can navigate and move around. I'm just using the scroll wheel to zoom, and then clicking and dragging to navigate around and see my various devices in the network map.